And they're lying, 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 lying. The lies continue, literally continue. They are rapidly firing with these lies as fast as they can. So this way, you don't know which one's the truth and which way to go and which way to look. And you're stuck looking at the bottom of your nose. I know y'all been hearing across the news channels and all over the interwebs and all over the spiderwebs and the whole through the thingiverse to beyond that our so-called president and the big EM, y'all know who I'm talking about, like they were so cool, they were like this. They went back like a Cadillac on faux flats, or is it a faux flats on a Cadillac? Either way, that's a long way to go. And now, oh my goodness, it hasn't even been a week, but they kissed and made up, and now they're all butt buddies again. Oh man, oh man. They're going to deport him, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. How about this? In that conference, when they asked if they kissed and made up, our president said, yes, we did. We're friends again. We're all good. We're tight like that. He's like, the big EM's my homie. You know, we boys, man. We ride and die together. But did you hear what he said when they asked him about, oh, are you going to sit there and take the Tesla you bought and move it off the ground? He goes, oh, I'm going to move it around to many of my locations. I got so many locations I don't know what to do with. So that's literally saying that this man's got so many locations that he can't even keep track of them all. Why you have that many locations? What do you need that many locations for? What stuff do you plan on going down or plan on happening to you where you got to go to all these different locations? But the real big spot of the story is that they even asked him, are you going to take away the contract for his internet service? The president says, no, I am not. We're going to keep his internet service in contract, in working order. We're going to keep on using it. So that means we're using it across the nation, which he's already dabbling into all these other different countries, which you can look that up and see literally everywhere, all over Europe, all over Asia. He is literally sticking his company everywhere he can go. But they even said that they had it in the White House. Why are you having an unknown, unproved, uncertain company to a man that's not even a legal citizen, not even a natural born citizen, not even by close, but, you know, hey, from South Africa, but his daddy owned an opal mine or whatever, and, you know, he came for money, but yet he likes to say, oh, I was abused. The only thing he was abused about is that his dad said, yeah, get your ass up and work. So I want to know, why is the government spending $400 billion on cyber Tesla trucks that are falling apart? Why are we taking any kind of advice, any kind of direction from a man that can't even build a car that doesn't fall apart while driving down the road? Why did they turn around and pump this guy up so much when he was on Top Gear? Literally, he was on the TV show Top Gear, where these guys get paid to literally review cars. And they laughed this guy off the stage and talked so much mess about this truck and how much of a POS it was. Their words, not mine. But yet we're trusting this guy literally to look into our finances, to sell us a whole bunch of military or government vehicles, to turn around and run our internet services, when last time I checked, he had no idea about internet. He might have ran a little PayPal company that, you know, hey, he just did an online bank. Then turn around and run Tesla, but yet that company is not doing as well as everyone hopes. Plus, everybody's getting mad at them and selling off their Teslas. Plus, the fixes that they're turning around. Now, I've been in the automotive industry for many, many, many years. So I have seen the recalls from other manufacturers that's been around for the last 100 years, and the things that they do to fix them. The things that they do to fix their vehicles versus what the things that he's doing to fix his vehicles. Oh my God. Literally. I mean, versus all the bigger names, you know, the big Chevrolet and the big Fortinet and all them other ones. You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that have been around for the last 100 years. You know, I used to work for the big Chevrolet dealership. And yeah, no, their fixes go way beyond of the call of what it takes to fix it. They actually do fix it the right way. This guy is literally fixing his vehicles with super glue. Super glue. You know, they made a movie about that. It was called Matilda. And when he put his vehicles together with super glue, they called him a crook and a shyster. They literally called him a criminal because it wasn't safe. Now, you supposedly have a car that goes 130, 140 miles an hour, whatever. Either way, it's driving down the road doing 60 miles an hour on any type of weather, that, especially with the weather we've been having lately, with all the, you know, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, just to try to wipe out the cities and all the different parts of the world. So you think 100-mile-an-hour wind is going to keep that body panel on there when driving down the street doing 60 miles an hour? Can't? Interesting. But, man, they are just pumping you full of lies. He didn't sit there and get into a little tiff. He needed him to finish putting together a plan. He said, hey, don't show up to work today. Bang it out in the laboratory, Dexter. So that's what he did. He went down and banged it out in his little laboratory. But, you know, even in the cartoon Dexter, there was a little evil Dexter that came out and tried to destroy the real Dexter. Guess which one he is? They are turning around and manipulating all of our weather to wipe out these cities and to wipe out the different parts of the world. So that way they have to turn around and all the big businesses can come in and make little loans to these countries that can't pay back. They make them sign it within a 2-year contract to paying this back when they already have very low tax revenue. They have bigger means of things that they need to take care of because they don't come in and say, hey, we're rebuilding everything. No, they just rebuild a little bit. And the things that the country actually needs, like absolutely needs to rebuild, they're focusing on this to trying to hurry up and get it back up for their people. Well, then these businesses says, oh, well, you haven't paid us back. And we were looking to be paid back in full. So now we own your parking meters, your water, your gas, you know, your gold, your minerals, your people. We own everything. Well, when that happens, then you turn it into what we have as here as America, which so many people are not the happiest with. You know, and that's when it turns into the food getting poisoned, the minds getting poisoned, the people getting poisoned, the people getting sick, the cancer rate goes up, the heart conditions go up, and so on and so forth. Ask me how I know. You dare to sit there and question me on it? I have a heart condition. I am 35 years old. Literally. People at my age should not be getting heart conditions, should not be getting sick rapidly, should not be taking literally months to heal from a scratch. I mean, really. The next thing's coming is the cancer, really. It's coming to get us all. I mean, open up your eyes. These big businesses literally run our government. You notice that. Big businesses run our government. If you don't believe me, look at every single person that's in our cabinet that literally holds an important chair. Every single president, so on and so forth. Every single governor, every single senator, every single something, literally that sits in the chair. They all own big business. They all own the businesses that we have to buy and go through every single day. The businesses that actually makes our laws, but then turns around and breaks those laws that they created. But yet if we do it, we're a criminal, we're a crook, we're a terrorist, and we hate it. We hate everyone, and we're a racist on top of it. They're literally shoving these lies and shoving these thoughts down your throat so much that they're manipulating every little bit that you see online. from, let alone if it be Facebook to YouTube, is literally their algorithm. They can control it to what you watch on the television. They control it. And I won't say our orange man is in on it, but he is definitely being led around by his nose. On top of that, all of our presidents, all of our governors, all of our senators, why are they all related? They're literally trying to kill us off. I know I'm going to sound crazy. I'm going to sound whacked. Oh, my goodness. Like I told you before in previous videos, I like the term conspiracy theorist if you're going to label me. The fact of it is, you can sit there and say, oh, he's woke. I'm not woke. Call me woke to my face and watch me slap the shit out you. I'm conspiracy theory because I've been awake. I'm not woke because that's something you just did. I've been awake. I've been hearing the lies for years. I read between the lines and I catch the little slick words they try to quickly use. Now, the fact of it is that they are lying to you every step of the way. When they tell you something's good for you, it's really bad for you. How many things that they gave to us, and 10 years later, they're like, oh my God, it caused cancer. Oh my God, it caused this. Oh my God, you're going to go blind. Your hair is going to fall out. Ask this question. Remember about 10 to 15 years ago, a man would sit there and gain maybe a couple pounds every year just because his metabolism was naturally slowing down. How come now you're gaining that weight in a matter of 3 years? You're literally gaining what you would gain in a matter of 2 years in 3 years. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up. It does not add up at all. Better get on board, people, because I'm willing to do the things that you won't. I'm willing to do the things that you're afraid of. I'm willing to ask the questions that you're too damn nervous to know the answer to. I am literally willing to go the extra mile when you're not willing to move an inch. Now, I know the American people start getting quite lazy, but that's not your fault. That's because of the food that they give us. Literally ask somebody from another country, how do they feel when they eat our food versus when they eat their food? I literally had a conversation with someone, literally just that. I said, how do you like eating your food versus our food? They said, I hate your food. They said, literally, I eat my food every chance I get, and I have to literally go out of my way to cook it here. They said, literally, finding food that's actually fresh, that actually doesn't have chemicals or covered in pesticides or anything else of this natural. And they say, when I go to the store and I look for a cucumber, I actually find a cucumber, not something that's literally a cucumber and 1,000 other things in one cucumber. My cucumber should not have ingredients but cucumber. They sit there and said that when they eat American food here in America, that they actually notice that it makes them angry, it makes them cloudy, it makes them all kinds of foggy. It literally makes them tired, sluggish, and they feel 100% horrible. When they go back to eating their home food, literally, they notice their mood perks back up. They're so happy again, literally smiling. I mean, so what does that tell you? Our food is garbage. They literally told us in the early 90s that they made junk food because it was cheaper. It was so much cheaper. Now they're trying to tell us the organic food is cheaper, but yet it still costs so much more. They literally say the food's going down in price, the gas going down in price, but I have not seen it change. In fact, I have to get organic milk because of my lactose intolerance, which I became lactose intolerant when I was 20 years old. How is that possible? You're supposed to be born lactose, not become lactose later in life. So with that being said, that literally, it is rotting our guts, it's rotting our teeth, it's rotting our minds, it's rotting our spirits, it's rotting our souls. To literally, it's making you go blind because your body is not getting the nutrients that it needs. Wake up. Wake up. If you're going to be deaf, dumb, and lazy, don't be completely useless. You act like you can't see it, you act like you don't hear it, and you act like you can't do anything about it. When you literally have somebody here that's willing to take the steps to expose the lies and go to the places that you're too afraid to look under the bed and see if they're actually there. Well, I'm the monster in the closet, so all you have to do is open the door. See you around. See you in the next video.